Hi Year 3, welcome to your maths video for Wednesday the 20th of January. So it's a video for you if you've got the Year 3 maths booklet. Today we're going to be completing page 8 in our booklet, which has got exercise 8 at the top. So you're going to start off on your start off challenge and then complete your integer and tough challenge. So let's have a little look at some of the questions that you've got today in your book. So on your startup challenge, like the days before, we're going to be concentrating on multiplication and division. So, pause the video now, get yourself onto TT Rockstars to help yourself get warmed up, and that way you'll be super speedy at completing your startup challenges today. You could also write out your 2s, 3s, 4s and 8 times table to see how much quicker you're getting, and then you can use them to help you complete your startup challenge today. Because we've noticed lots of you are logging on to TT Rockstars and getting really quick. Well done Year 3, we're very impressed, so keep up the good work. So once you've completed your startup challenge, you're going to be moving on to your integer challenge. Now in your integer challenge today, and in some of your tough challenge questions, we know that we're going to be doing either some additions, subtractions, multiplications or divisions. And we need to look for lots of key words with them. So when we're looking to do additions, you might have some words like total, sum, altogether. Those key words that are telling you which operation you need to do. So we know if we see those total, increase, plus, altogether and sum, we know we need to add. For subtraction, you'll be looking for words like minus, take away, less than, decrease, or the difference. Multiplication, we've got lots of or groups of. We're doing repeated addition. Finding the product means you're going to be multiplying. For divide then, we know when we divide, we're sharing equally into groups, and those groups have to be equal groups. So look for those key words today to tell you whether you're going to be adding, multiplying, subtracting or dividing. So let's see if we can use some of these to help me with these questions that I've got that are very similar to the ones that you've got in your book today. So I've got share 15 items equally among 3 people. How many items each? So how many do they get each? So I've started with 15 items, and there's my key word to share. So which operation do you think we're going to be doing here if we're sharing? And we're sharing them, another key word, equally. If you said division, well done. So I'm going to share my 15 items among 3 people. Now we know when we divide, we start with the biggest number first. So the question's asking me to do 15 divided by or shared into 3 groups, okay? Now, lots of you will be able to work that out straight away because you'll be able to count in your 3s up to 15 to work out your answer. Can you count in your 3 times table with me? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we've got our answer, it's 5. If you're struggling with your divisions to count in your times tables up to the number you've started with, remember, if we're sharing 15 items equally among 3 people, we can draw our 3 groups for each person. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's my 3 people. And I can just share out those items equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and I'm going to look and concentrate on how many they get each. So one person would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the answer we got earlier. Okay, right, my next question then, I've got this very similar to the one that you got in your book. From 20, take 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've got a keyword there, take. So having a look at those operation posters again. If I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4 away from 20, am I going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing? What do you think? Take away is subtraction, isn't it? Okay, so I've got lots of numbers there to take away. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add those numbers up so then I can just take them away from 20 in one big go. So 1 add 2 1, add 2, I know that's 3. So that's 3 with those two numbers. I'm going to add another 3 to that. So 3, add 3, 6. Okay, I'm going to keep track of my calculation. So I've added 1, 2 and 3 together. That makes 6. And now I need to add 4 to 6. Now, I know that's a number 1 to 10. 6 add 4 is 10. So now I've added all of those up, I can just go and take the answer away from 20. Now you could have just done 20 take away 1, then your answer take away 2, then your answer take away 3. But I think this is a much quicker way of doing it. Add up all the numbers that you're going to be taking away and you can take away that one big number. So I've got 20 now, subtract 10, which we know is 10, okay? So whichever way you decide to do it, you can always keep track of your calculation and write them around your page, okay? Moving on then to your tough challenge for today. We've got another word problem, so get your pens and pencils at the ready to underline any keywords and numbers that you might need. So when 10 sweets are taken from a bag, 6 sweets are left. How many sweets are in the bag to start with? So it doesn't tell me how many sweets were in my bag, but it tells me 10 sweets are taken from a bag. So they're taken out of the bag and only 6 are left. How many sweets were in the bag to start with? So these types of questions, it can help us to visualise what was in that bag. So I've got here a box or a container of highlighters and I'm going to imagine they're my sweets. Okay, so 10 sweets are taken from a bag, 6 sweets are left. So to take those 10 out, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6 are left, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are left. How many sweets are in the bag to start with? Well, I've just taken those 10 out, and I've still got 6 left here. So if I just add up all of the highlighters that I've got and put them all back in together, well, that's 16, because I've got 10 here, and I've got 6 left in, okay? So it can help us sometimes to visualise our questions and imagine taking those sweets out, putting them back in. Because if I had 6 left, if I add those 10 back in, that tells me how many are in to start with, okay? So this question is asking me to do an addition. Now I may have tricked you where it said left, but it's just telling you that 6 sweets were left after we'd taken those 10 out. So all you need to do is add up. I've got 10, add 6, because I've taken those 10 back out. So if I add them back in, they were there to start with before I took them out. And we know 10 add 6 is 16, okay? So read that question very carefully and don't let it trick you. Try to visualise like I did using my highlighters how many sweets are in the bag. When you've taken them out, add them all back together. Right, another similar question you've got is find 1/3 of 30 monkeys, okay? Now 1/3, that's a fraction and we write it as 1/3, okay? 1 as my numerator and 3 as my denominator. So 1/3 of 30. So it's a fraction of an amount. Now a really quick way to work out our fraction of our amount is to divide our number by the denominator, because our denominator, the bottom number of our fraction, is asking us to divide. So how many 3's go into 30? Can you count in your 3 times table with me up to 30? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. That's 10. I know that there's 10 3's in 30. I only need one of those because it's only asked for one part. Now remember, if you're not very confident at counting in your times table, so counting in your 3's to work out 1/3 of 30, Remember, a fraction is a part of a number, okay, a part of a whole. If I draw my whole one, my denominator tells me I want it to share the number into 3 equal parts, like we've just counted in our 3's. So I'm going to split my circle into 3 equal sections and share out those 30 monkeys. Now, I might be here a while counting out, but once we've done that, you only need to have one of those sections, one of those parts. And I know when we count how many's in one of those parts, there should be 10. Let's see if I can do this nice and quick if my board will let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And we only want one of those parts because my numerator tells us that. If I count there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? The answer we got there, okay? So that was some of the questions that you've got on your tough challenge today. Now remember, once you finish, you can turn to the back of your book onto page 30 and have a go at the time yourself tests. Good luck, year 3, and make sure you send in lots of pictures of your fabulous work. Take care.